So guys, we are today in the greenhouse with David. We will see how our Paulownia is growing. We will speak about it that we're having here, some treatment that we're using, our methodology and all other stuff. So let's move to our Paulownia. David, what could you tell me? I see that Paulownia is growing super fast right now. We have different species planted at different times. And what treatments we are using for that, why we need this shade actually, and how all of the Paulownia is growing here.
Growth, I'm quite satisfied with the growth and survival rate, even we are still testing everything and so on. About the shaders, it's quite hot, it is summer, we started a little bit in force majeure, bit later, but still we have good result, even compared to the timing, and we need to avoid this excessive sun, too much radiation, because the leaves are quite peculiar, but in the end everything goes well. I'm satisfied. The plant itself is quite vigorous, you know.
Sure.
I did not expect it in the beginning, but I expected they are more sensitive, but I see they show themselves a little bit shy, but they are quite
now
strong.
They are growing very strong.
Yes.
But you've mentioned the leaves. As far as I remember, we had some problems even here in the greenhouse with it because some species were eating it, but as I see it now, everything goes good.
Yes, we had some caterpillar, yeah, and they liked it. Even I filmed them in the process of eating. It was fun.
They really liked our Paulownia.
Yeah, they liked a lot. But I said, sorry guys, but not this time, because we need them strong. We just cured it. We used some pesticide, not very aggressive, to be honest, because I don't like too much.
Sure, as always, actually, pesticides is not our.
Yeah. So we don't use them. So, but we need to take care of plants. So that's why we have to protect them somehow, but not aggressive way and not the way that will damage the nature and damage the environment.
Absolutely, David. Let's move to the plants that are growing faster than all others. Actually, as far as I remember, all of these were given to us at the same time, but these ones are growing better. What is the reason? Because, you know, we are treating them absolutely in the same way. Was it the special box that was in a different condition, or probably it was of, you know, sun that it is shining here more brightly, or what do you think about it?
It is hard to say. One guess what we have here is that chemicals and hormones we used to little bit boost them, and this is kind of test lot, and it worked. And for the rest, everything is same here. We are using same method. The watering is the same, and you see how strong. This is ideally condition that when we can move it to the field and plant.
Sure.
It's very good condition and healthy. So I'm very satisfied with that. So generally only this reason, because the care is the identical. We are using same, I don't know, schedule for watering. We have the sensors. We are following the sensors, which gives us the signal when to irrigate. Yeah, we can check. We are checking it in the app. I'm sure you are doing the same. So
yeah, absolutely. We're checking humidity and all that
yeah. Every morning, it's my just normal routine. Just checking the field and field condition, what we have in the field on different levels of the soil, and here as well. So we see the percentage of volumetric water content is about 19 point something, which is kind of going down, and the root absorption stress is rising up, because it's just directly connected to the water content.
to the people who will be watching.
Oh yeah,
us
oh yes. So here it is. So if you have a look, this is a PI54D sensor. It shows the volumetric water content in the soil, and this is the watermark sensor, which shows the soil tension. So we see the root plant stress, how to absorb the water, what is the pressure they are using to absorb the water from the soil.
Let's move to our QR codes if you don't mind. Let's show what is the system on which we operate here. Actually, we made our special QR codes for each row to show what is going inside it, yeah, what treatments we're using, photos before and after, and all the documents.
Yeah, like
so
that.
what is our main agenda here? Why we have made these QR codes? I know that of course it's 100% connected to the point that wild forest does not have QR codes, and because it's not wild forest we're using it, but
This is preparation for wild forests.
yeah, actually absolutely
First
you're
stage.
right.
So it's like when you have child, you are very careful. We should not be helicopter parents, but we should take care of them, and then when they are grown up, survive.
Sounds
So,
good,
yeah.
but we are controlling all the process
Yes, yes.
to be specific.
So
But
before
yeah.
they are vulnerable, we are controlling, supporting, and maintaining them. So
Sure, David, I would also like to go to the experimental side, and if you can describe what's going on
Yeah.
there, it will be perfect.
sure. With pleasure. So yeah, actually, these before and after pictures, before and after information is very useful for everybody, for us, for managing, for controlling. They'll make some comparisons. What was before, what is now. We are okay. We are just writing them down, taking notes, and so on. But it helps a lot, you know. It's for good for tracking and so on. So this decision was a very good decision, and I fully support it. And about the experiment, yeah, we have some results already, but it still needs more time. We use different variations of compositions of soil. I mean the recipes. We use different treatment, and let's see how. What is the result? So we used the recipes are different. This is the traditional recipe what we used, and what you see there is here perlite and substrate, and then perlite and peat. Sorry, and so this substrate is already proven. We know the result, and then we have different percentage of perlite. We have different percentage. So we have pebbles. So different percentage of pebbles, different some cocoa peat, or so the variations are different. So you can see, for instance, here that one absolutely different, and for instance, come here. Yes, and here are the pebbles. That's absolutely different. So you see different composition, different water absorption and retention, and in the end we will get different data and information, and it will help to make scale up and make different decisions in the future when we just really plan to go global and big.
And David, I have one more question coming back to our already growing forests. What do you think? What is the survival rate here in greenhouse, and actually why we are using greenhouse? You know, because it's very important.
It is. So we need the managed environment. That's why, because we need a high survival rate. We can't afford just wasting money, because in the end it is wasted resources. So I'm quite satisfied with survival rate, but it's still early, because the previous practice showed us that when we started in February, for instance, that some plants started developing later, but in the end we got very good result. In the field we have fantastic result. If you ask me, I don't know, 99% of survival rate, and here I would say about 85-90%, something like that.
As far as I see, the land is still dry. Yeah, how we are treating Paulownia here. So I mean, for what time, how many times a week we are watering it and all that stuff.
We don't have this schedule. We are just following the sensors.
Because, yeah,
Yes, so
sure.
sensor, whatever sensors show us, if it's not dry weather outside for kind of several days, then the evaporation and the evapotranspiration is different. So it means that we don't have loss of water. And whenever we have high rate, then we have different evapotranspiration and losses of the water. That's why we are directly connected to the sensors, and whatever sensor will show, we are just following
Sure.
it.
And David, probably last question for today. What do you think about countries? From which countries our seedlings, our roots are growing better, faster, and from which countries they have more survival rate?
I would answer that a little bit later because still we have time difference, and as I was talking in the beginning, just a couple of minutes ago, we still need time to find out exact survival rate. After that, it will be more fair to say and compare which countries. But from the practice at this moment, if you are able to say, I would go more to Chinese, but still it's too early. So let's discuss this later whenever we have just final numbers, final rates, and so on. It will be more fair if you ask me.
So, guys, now we are moving to a small coffee break for our team, and then we will be going exactly to our land to show you all the process because a lot of things are changing every day, and we want you to be in charge of the situation. So, guys, we are now already on the plantation. When we've started, there was nothing here. There was kind of bullshit. There was also a dead old vineyard which we have cut it. And today we are starting from the exactly same place where we have started previously. And as you can see on the right hand, there is already a big reservoir for the irrigation and other purposes. Koki will tell exactly why we have made it, for what purposes we are using it, and from what country it is originally.
Sure. So the most important thing that if you see at the land, we started from the scratches and now it has grown so big. It's really beautiful, yeah. About the reservoir, first of all, we need to say that each farm is a reservoir. Without the reservoir, any kind of irrigation is almost impossible. It's so hard and it's so problematic that any farmer and any farm needs to have a reservoir. This reservoir is one of the highest quality in the world. It's a Spanish reservoir. So the most important thing for the reservoir is to reserve water for the next irrigation. Sometimes, of course, we all know that in any country the water is not consistent. Sometimes it goes, sometimes it goes back, and the reservoir reserves and accumulates all this water, and it gives us the permanent storage of it. The second important thing is that the reservoir has a filtration system on its own, and unlike the regular filtration systems, this system works by gravity. So whenever the muddy water comes down, by gravity it cleans all over and it straightly goes to the irrigation canal. So if without unfiltered water goes to the irrigation canal, that way all the garbage and stuff will be stuck there and the irrigation will not be possible.
Sounds really great. Let's go to the land now and show what we are having there. Koki, whenever we will be working, could you kindly explain what we're having now?
So first of all, since we're on it already, this is also the part of our land. Now it's not seen yet, but under this is growing sunflower. So the reason we did the sunflower here is because to make the soil more rich and preferable for the next Paulownia growth. So over there you see our plantation. It's already a Paulownia with the bamboo sticks over it, if you see it from here.
Sure. Why we used actually bamboos when we will get closer to that point, I will also go into the details, but why bamboo? Why? What is the reason of it, and why we have not used other materials, for example, like metal sticks or something like that?
Bamboo is like a practice all around the world because it's a straight line, and the reason why we use some kind of a straight rod, any kind of that bamboo or the other one, is to help us to make the Paulownia grow straight. And also to help us from the wind protection. The wind protection is the most important part here. Before we have the wind protection shield from the border, now we have the bamboos. With the ropes, the plants are attached to the bamboos, and this helps us whenever the wind blows from the western side or from the eastern side. It sticks to the bamboo. It doesn't move away, and it doesn't break down. That's the important part. Yeah. Before the windbreaker, the bamboos, and you also ask the question why the bamboos and why not the metal sticks, for example. Because bamboos are really rigid plants. It's not a living plant already. It's a cut down bamboo. It's really rigid. It's not expensive also. It does the job greatly and looks really good. It looks natural. It looks in our colors, in a GreenFull color. This was the reason why it's here already.
Sure. And Koki, could you also describe a bit about this part of the land? Here we see the irrigation, yeah, but it will be put down inside the land when we will finish all the works, when we will plant everywhere Paulownia. But here, as far as I understood, there will be also several buildings, including some kind of guard box, some kind of living facilities. What exactly we are planning to make here in the near future and a bit afterwards?
Yeah, it's the thing is that in this farm a lot of people work, and it's important for them to have a shelter. Let's call it, to have a guard, of course, because even though we have the cameras, and you will see that on both or three sides we have the cameras already that are controlling the situation. We have the situation under control in our phones. We see everything. But the guard is needed anyways, because the livestock or any people come here, he needs to be there to control the situation, and he needs the living place. Also, additional buildings, for example, the warehouse, it's going to be the next step also. For us, it's going to be the warehouse. It's needed because a lot of materials we have already, for example, the bamboos that we were storing, or the tools, any kind of the tools that the guys are doing while working in the field, it's needed to be stored there. Also, the facility for eating, for like a table, a regular one, from sun protecting, it will be needed. So this place you see here, this all place will be dedicated to exactly to that building and material stuff.
Sounds good. Let's move a bit to the plantation now. And while we are moving, what is the reason why we actually have made all this fence for now? Is it against people, or there is the real important stuff in it? I mean, probably we have done it because of the animals like cows which are going here. What is the exact reason?
So the biggest reason for having the fence and having this high quality fence is the livestock. So we know that Paulownia leaves are rich in protein, right? And every animal, including human, is bound to eat the food that are rich in protein. Also the livestock. So from the wildlife, from the livestock, to protect our field from them to come in and eat our beautiful plants and eat our stuff, it's crucial to have like a shield to stop them. Also, it kind of borderizes our territory, and anybody will know that this is our plant, this is our farm, and they will acknowledge it. This territory is ours and it's protected.
Sounds good. Kokil, now let's move to exactly our Paulownias growing here, how it is attached to bamboo. Also, I wonder about the grass. You see that whenever we are filterizing, whenever we are giving water to the plant, the tree is growing nearby it, and actually it doesn't seem good on our side. Yeah. So, what is our strategy here? How we will be working with it?
Sure, first I'll show you the bamboo, how it's attached to the plant, and then I will explain about the grass. So you see the bamboos that I was saying. It's really straight, and it helps the plant to be attached, to be protected from the wind. This is a special agronomical rope that gets attached to the plant, and you see it's not tightly attached. It just has to be fixated. It doesn't need to be attached completely. About the grass, actually, the grass has kind of its disadvantages and advantages, both of them. First of all, of course, visually doesn't look as it should be because it's different kind of plant all over it. But on the other hand, whenever the irrigation goes there, the layer of the grass kind of helps to stop evaporating the excess water and helps for the Paulownia to get this water. On the other hand, it's competing for the fruit, for the food, for the nutrients, and that's what we don't like. But we're not gonna use the herbicides in this case. Herbicides,
Why?
yeah, herbicides is still a chemical stuff. It's not preferable for any kind of plant. One thing that it might damage the Paulownias, and the second thing is it's not good for the nature. It's not good for the land. But now we have some kind of a different. Well, I personally have a different kind of a mindset, not to use all this kind of herbicides. We can manually take all of this grass and remove it. First time. The next times and in the future, we're looking forward to use kind of a heavy machineries that will do this job.
As far as I see now, practically no leaves of Paulownia are damaged. Yeah, just look here how big it has
Yeah.
already grown. But when we were starting, when we have just planted it, the situation was a bit different because of the sun heat. You know that in Saga Regio the temperatures are approximately like in sun heat 40-45 degrees. What have we made to make it work and to make it grow bigger?
For the plants, just watering is not enough usually. We have to fertilize it with different kind of chemicals. It's not harmful chemicals in this case, and also there exists a lot of chemicals that help the leaves to be protected from the sun. We sprayed this kind of a chemical that helped. It's actually not a chemical. It's kind of an amino acidic compound that helps the leaves to be protected from the excess sun, excess ultraviolet rays, and that's how they look this well. Yeah, all the sunburn, especially the new leaves that are coming. You see from here.
Yeah, they're absolutely perfect. Even from this side.
They have their humidity, they have their everything, and they're feeling good. At this moment, they're feeling great.
We know how we are using like water here. Yeah, so we are making like one sector per one day. We are watering it, and then we are giving a tree just a time to grow, to spread the roots, and to deal with that. But do we use here some special stuff, the same like kind of app or technology that we are using in the greenhouse to understand what is exactly the temperature, the humidity, or some other important parameters?
Sure. It's even though we usually are doing this way, that we're fertilizing, we're watering one sector one day and the other sector the other day, we have to know the exact data from which we got this information if the plant needs watering or it doesn't. It does not. There comes our meteo station that you see here. This meteo station collects all the data that we have in this, in both of the, in the whole field. It gives us whenever the watering is needed. It gives you whenever the wind is trying to break our stuff, and it just gives you any data that we need.
And as
This
far as
one.
I see, it's charged by sun.
Yeah, it's a solar. It has a solar panel. Yes.
Actually the same as our cameras. Yeah,
Sure.
as far as I remember.
Yeah. It has the same as our like the cameras and the meteo station is charged by solar energy, of course. This meteo station helps us to, even though we have like we don't have a strict schedule, but we averagely we do it like this: one day one sector, the other day the second sector. This gives us the exact information: what is the sun exposure, what is the water humidity of the air temperature, and everything.
And as far as I remember, now we are at our 7th sector. Yeah, so the previous sector was sector 3.
It's sector 5.
Is
It's a sector 5, yeah.
and we will be planting then in sector 7. So could you tell me please why we have split it, our land in different sectors? What is the reason for it? Why not just to plant the trees as it is?
Yeah, managing like the full big team or some kind of this is really hard. So managing the 30-hectare territory at once, it's really hard. It's much better in every way to kind of split it in several parts, sectors as we call it now. And with the sectors we can, so for example, we can get for each sector what demands it has, what demands the plant has, what demands the soil has. Also for the irrigation, instead of like giving the irrigation to the whole 30-hectare field, of course the pressure decreases in that way. If we split it in several ones, for example 10 sectors, one sector, I mean the irrigation network gives all his pressure to one sector and one only. So we can manipulate in this, and we can pay attention to each sector separately, and much more attention than the whole plantation now. This is the main reason. Also, I'll say the other reason. Of course, in any kind of a farm, diseases are a big problem. And now, whenever we have sectors and we have the distances between the sectors, for example, sector 5 or sector 3, if a problem arises in a sector 5, it has less probability to be spread to the other sector because it has a distance between them. And that's why we name it the problem in sector 5 only and only sector 5.
All this territory that you can see also there when we already have corn there when we have corn here, where we will be having sunflower. All of this will be planted fully with Paulownia very soon.
The whole territory will be full of Paulownia now.
Sounds great.
It sounds fantastic.
Yeah, so I wanted also to show you guys what happens whenever the tree is small and it is sometimes sunburned. It also happens. Every other tree will be just dying, but Paulownia, you see, that's the old one that we need to cut. It's already sunburned, but the new one is already growing, and this one will be cut for Paulownia to make the best growth. That's how it works.